Welcome everyone. Today, we're diving into a topic that's often avoided but touches us all: death. For centuries, humans have sought to understand what happens when we take our final breath. It's a question that lies at the heart of many religions and philosophies, but what if there was an ancient guide that claimed to explain it all? Today, we'll explore the Bardo Thodol, widely known as the Tibetan Book of the Dead. This profound text not only offers insight into death, but also connects to modern phenomena like near-death experiences, or NDEs. For centuries, Tibetan wisdom has provided a guide to the mysteries of death, rebirth, and the journey in between. The Bardo Thodol explores one of life's biggest questions: what happens when we die? At the core of this text lies the concept of the Bardo. In Tibetan Buddhism, Bardo refers to an intermediate or transitional state, a liminal space between death and rebirth. The term literally means in-between state. Tibetan teachings propose that when we die, our consciousness doesn't vanish but transitions through various stages. The Bardo Thodol offers guidance on navigating these stages, helping individuals face this profound journey with awareness and clarity. Tibetan Buddhism identifies 6 bardos, or transitional states, throughout life, death, and rebirth. However, the Bardo Thodol focuses on 3 key bardos that detail the transition from death to rebirth. Let's break them down. The painful bardo of dying, or Chikhai Bardo. This is the process of physical death, a dissolution of the elements that make up the body and mind. It's a moment where one's connection to the physical world begins to fade. Next is the luminous bardo of Dharmata, or Chönyid Bardo. In this state, the consciousness encounters vivid visions of peaceful and wrathful deities. Tibetan teachings explain these as projections of the mind itself, reflecting inner virtues and fears. Finally, we have the karmic bardo of becoming, or Sidpa Bardo. Here, consciousness begins seeking a new form of existence. This stage is heavily influenced by karma and habitual tendencies, guiding the rebirth process. But the Bardo Thodol isn't just about what happens after death. Its teachings have profound lessons for the living. The insights from the Bardos aim to prepare individuals for the inevitability of death, guide the deceased through transitional stages to achieve liberation or a favorable rebirth, encourage mindfulness and ethical living to positively shape our journey beyond death. By recognizing the impermanence and illusory nature of these states, Tibetan wisdom teaches that we can break free from the endless cycle of death and rebirth, known as samsara, and ultimately reach enlightenment. The Bardo Thodol serves as a spiritual guide for the dying, but it's also a powerful reminder for the living. It encourages us to cultivate mindfulness, reduce attachments, and embrace the impermanence of life. As we continue to explore this ancient text, we'll uncover how its wisdom intersects with modern concepts like NDE or near-death experiences, and how its teachings can help us live more meaningful, aware lives. Stay with us as we journey deeper into the mysteries of the Bardo Thodol. If you're as fascinated by these timeless teachings as we are, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's explore the concepts of life, death, and everything in between and after, together. The Chikhai Bardo, or the moment of death, marks the beginning of the journey. In this bardo, the individual experiences the dissolution of the physical body and the elements that make up life as we know it. Interestingly, many individuals who have undergone near-death experiences report sensations that parallel these descriptions. Tibetan Buddhism describes this process as a gradual breakdown of the earth, water, fire, air, and space elements. As each element dissolves, the dying person may experience visions, sounds, and sensations associated with these elements. A comprehensive study by the University of Southampton examined 2,060 cardiac arrest cases across 15 hospitals. They found that nearly 40% of survivors described some form of awareness during the time they were clinically dead, with experiences ranging from peaceful sensations to heightened awareness. Tibetan teachings encourage the dying to remain calm and focused, embracing these phenomena as natural transitions. The ultimate goal here is to recognize the clear light of reality, a moment of pure consciousness that offers the chance for liberation. But here's the challenge. This clarity is fleeting for most, and the journey continues. You might wonder, how do near-death experiences relate to the Chikhai Bardo? Both involve a transition where consciousness appears to function independently of the physical body, suggesting a universal aspect of human experience during moments near death. The Chikhai Bardo begins when the physical elements that make up our body, earth, water, fire, air, and space, gradually dissolve. Tibetan Buddhism describes this as the breaking down of the layers that connect us to the physical world. Imagine the clear light as the sun shining through the clouds, a moment of unparalleled clarity and peace. Tibetan monks spend their lives preparing for this recognition through meditation and visualization practices. The idea is to train the mind to stay calm and present, even in moments of great transition. But the most profound teaching of the Chikhai Bardo is the appearance of the clear light of reality. Tibetan texts describe this as a moment of unparalleled clarity, the essence of mind, free from illusion and attachment. Imagine the clear light as the purest form of awareness. It's often compared to the sun breaking through the clouds, brilliant and all-encompassing. Tibetan lamas teach that this is an opportunity for liberation, where the mind can merge with the infinite, breaking free from the cycle of rebirth. However, for many, this clarity is fleeting. The attachments, fears, and habits accumulated in life often pull the mind away from the clear light. This is why Tibetan Buddhism emphasizes preparation during life, so we can recognize and embrace this moment when it arrives. How do these near-death experiences relate to the Chikhai Bardo? Both involve a transition where consciousness appears to function independently of the physical body, suggesting a universal aspect of human experience during moments near death. You might wonder, how can we prepare ourselves for this moment? The answer lies in cultivating mindfulness and reducing attachments in daily life. Tibetan practices like meditation, reciting mantras, and studying the teachings of the Bardo Thodol are designed to strengthen this awareness. Another question often asked is, what happens if someone fails to recognize the clear light? According to the Bardo Thodol, the journey doesn't end. The consciousness continues into the next Bardo, carrying with it the habits and tendencies shaped by life. The Bardo Thodol teaches us that the state of mind we carry into death shapes our experience. The teachings of the Chikhai Bardo are a reminder that death is not an end, but a transition. By understanding and preparing for it, we can face this journey with clarity and peace. What are your thoughts on this profound moment of transition? Share them in the comments below. Next, we enter the Chönyid Bardo, often referred to as the Bardo of visions. Here, the consciousness encounters vivid, often dramatic visions of deities, both peaceful and wrathful. These visions are not external entities, but projections of the mind itself. Peaceful deities represent compassion, wisdom, and clarity, while wrathful deities symbolize the mind's fears and unresolved emotions. The Book of the Dead teachings remind us to recognize these deities as manifestations of your own consciousness. This realization can dissolve fear, keeping the possibility of liberation alive. Interestingly, near-death experiencers frequently report encounters with beings of light or deceased relatives. Why do these visions appear? Tibetan teachings suggest that during this stage, the mind begins to reflect its inner nature in the form of archetypes. These deities, peaceful or wrathful, are symbolic mirrors of our emotions, thoughts, and karma. It's significant because recognizing these visions as self-created offers the potential for liberation from fear and attachment. Recognizing them as projections of the self is the key to moving forward without fear. Similarly, many NDE reports include encounters with beings of light and darkness, as well as overwhelming visions that can be both awe-inspiring and terrifying. These experiences align with the descriptions found in the Chönyid Bardo, suggesting a parallel between the ancient Tibetan teachings and contemporary accounts of near-death experiences. The Bardo Thodol teaches that once awareness is freed from the body, it creates its own reality, much like a dream, occurring in various phases that are both wonderful and terrifying. Overwhelming peaceful and wrathful visions and deities appear, which can be compared to the beings encountered during NDEs. This comparison highlights the potential universality of such experiences across different cultures and time periods. Additionally, the experiences of Tibetan deloks, individuals who are believed to have died and returned to life, often include detailed accounts of the Bardo states, including encounters with various deities. These accounts share similarities with modern NDE reports, further bridging the gap between ancient Tibetan beliefs and contemporary near-death experiences. These studies provide a deeper understanding of how ancient texts like the Bardo Thodol resonate with modern near-death experiences, offering insights into the nature of consciousness and the afterlife. You might ask, what happens if someone succumbs to fear in this stage? According to the text, if recognition doesn't occur, the individual may succumb to fear or confusion, becoming more attached to the illusions presented. This can lead to confusion, making it harder to achieve liberation. However, preparation and understanding during life can make a significant difference. Tibetan Buddhism recommends meditation, ethical living, and studying the Bardo Thodol to cultivate awareness and reduce attachments. Practicing mindfulness can help train the mind to remain calm and focused during transitions, increasing the likelihood of recognizing the visions for what they are, projections of the self. This can lead the consciousness further into the karmic cycles that shape rebirth. Tibetan Buddhism emphasizes preparation and mindfulness during life to reduce the chances of being overwhelmed in this state. So why do peaceful and wrathful deities appear during this stage? The peaceful deities symbolize clarity, compassion, and wisdom, while the wrathful deities represent suppressed fears, unresolved karma, and the mind's darker aspects. Tibetan teachings suggest that the mind, freed from the physical body, manifests these archetypes to confront its true nature. Understanding that these are mere projections of consciousness can help dissolve fear and guide the soul toward enlightenment. How do these experiences inform our understanding of the Chönyid Bardo? They suggest that the mind, when detached from the physical body, may manifest visions shaped by personal beliefs, experiences, and cultural contexts. Many NDEs describe encounters with beings of light, vivid visions, and overwhelming feelings of awe or fear. These experiences closely parallel the Chönyid Bardo. Both suggest that, during transitional states, consciousness manifests profound symbolic imagery that reflects personal and universal truths. This alignment between ancient teachings and modern reports offers fascinating insights into the nature of consciousness. The Chönyid Bardo offers a profound opportunity to understand the mind's true nature and transcend fear. What are your thoughts on these visions and their significance? Share your questions and reflections in the comments below. Finally, we arrive at the Sidpa Bardo, the Bardo of rebirth. The Sidpa Bardo begins after the experiences of the Chönyid Bardo. Here, the consciousness, untethered from the physical body, starts to seek a new form of life. This journey is not random. It's guided by karma and the habitual tendencies developed during one's previous life. The Sidpa Bardo involves the process leading to rebirth, influenced by one's karma and mental habits. Tibetan Buddhism teaches that our mental and emotional habits strongly influence the choices made during this phase. While near-death experiences don't equate to rebirth, many individuals report profound transformations in their outlook on life following such events. The Sidpa Bardo is perhaps the most dynamic and emotionally charged stage. Imagine the Sidpa Bardo as a crossroads. During this stage, the mind is influenced by its attachments, fears, and desires. Tibetan teachings describe vivid visions of potential parents or environments, which symbolize the pull toward a new rebirth. These visions aren't arbitrary. They're manifestations of the karmic imprints accumulated over lifetimes. This stage can feel overwhelming, like being caught in a whirlwind of confusion and longing. But with mindfulness and preparation, it's possible to navigate this state with awareness and make choices that lead to a favorable rebirth or even liberation. This is where consciousness prepares to transition into a new existence. It's a stage filled with possibilities, but also shaped by our past actions and mental patterns. Tibetan teachings emphasize avoiding attachments to these visions, and instead cultivating awareness to guide oneself toward a favorable rebirth or even liberation. A study highlighted that near-death experiences can have a transformative effect on people's ability to experience empathy and connect with others, indicating a significant shift in personal values and behaviors. Can someone influence their rebirth while still alive? The answer is yes, through the practice of ethical living, meditation, and generating positive karma during life. Tibetan Buddhism encourages practices like meditation, mantra recitation, and living ethically to create positive karmic imprints. These practices help train the mind to remain calm and focused, reducing the influence of fear and attachment during the transitional state. A key teaching of the Sidpa Bardo is that even at this stage, liberation is possible. Recognizing the illusions presented during this state and maintaining awareness can allow the mind to transcend the cycle of rebirth altogether. What determines the kind of rebirth one experiences in the Sidpa Bardo? The nature of rebirth is determined by karma, the moral and ethical actions of past lives, and the mental habits developed during life. For example, strong attachments or unresolved fears can pull consciousness towards environments that reflect those tendencies. Conversely, cultivating compassion, wisdom, and ethical behavior can lead to more favorable conditions in the next life. However, for most, the cycle continues. The consciousness eventually settles on a path influenced by karma, leading to rebirth in one of the 6 realms of existence described in Tibetan Buddhism: the God realm, demigod realm, human realm, animal realm, hungry ghost realm, or hell realm. Each reflects a different aspect of karmic tendencies. Can near-death experiences be considered a form of rebirth? While not literal rebirths, the profound personal transformations reported by individuals can be seen as a metaphorical rebirth, aligning with the themes of the Sidpa Bardo. The Sidpa Bardo reminds us of the importance of how we live our lives today. By cultivating mindfulness, compassion, and ethical living, we can shape not only our present, but also the journey that lies beyond. What are your thoughts on this dynamic transitional state? Share your reflections and questions in the comments below. The Bardo Thodol isn't just a guide for the dying, it's a profound reminder for the living. Exploring near-death experiences alongside the Bardo Thodol offers a richer perspective on the journey of consciousness beyond death. These parallels invite us to reflect on the nature of our own minds and the transitions we may face. Its teachings urge us to face impermanence with courage and mindfulness. So what can you do today to prepare for tomorrow? Explore these insights further, embrace mindfulness, and transform fear into wisdom. If this exploration resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you perceive the connections between near-death experiences and the teachings of the Bardo Thodol? How does this ancient wisdom change your perspective on life and death? Thank you for watching, and once again, please do subscribe for more insights into modern and ancient wisdom.